Welcome to Local Gods. My name is Marco Liu.
And I'm James Han.
And today we have the very unique honor of having SUPDAWK. Or is it Lord Raiden? Master or God of Thunder? I don't know.
Sup Raiden.
Maybe you're not SUPDAWK. We're not sure.
Who are you?
My name's Steve.
Yeah. What's up, Steve? But as far as we know, we are talking to Little Saigon personified, Little Saigon worldwide personified, SUPDAWK.
That's a good way to put it.
First of all, like, where'd you get the accent? Not your real voice, but the SUPDAWK voice that we hear on Instagram, on TikTok.
Dude, it's a compilation of just being around other Vietnamese people. That's what it is.
Picking up from like Chews and M's.
I think mostly my older cousins, they were like kind of towards like the gangster kind of type of subculture of Vietnamese people, and not just not just them, but like my older Vietnamese homies when I was in Chicago too. So a lot of them they were born in Vietnam, but then when they came to Chicago, they were like kind of doing bad shit or like partying, whatever. But they all kind of had this like swagger. And so they'd be like, "Hey man, what's up, doc?" You know, but like, you know, it's not just like, "Hey, what's your name?" But like, "Hey man, what's up?" You know, like they have this like
very specific
kind of like, you know. So it comes from just being around all that. So it's not even like me seeing it and making fun of it. It's me literally doing everything that they were doing, like going to the pool halls, going to karaoke, like doing all the like Vietnamese street shit. You know what I'm saying? Going to street races. So that's pretty much what it's from that subculture of Vietnamese people.
I mean, you hit on it in such a succinct and accurate way, because I think there's a difference between caricature where you're making fun of people and like you do like a bad accent versus you essentially doing like whether you want to call it imitation or you're like paying homage to that accent. I don't know if you guys remember Angela Johnson. She was like this Latin girl that she would do the nail salon accent, and then I grew up in Little Saigon, like in Orange County, and everyone loved it because they were like, "Oh, I have an auntie, or my mom talks just like that, or like my older sister talks like that." So it's like, do you agree with that, or do you have a different view since it's part of your persona?
Well, for me, I wanted to be like those guys. Like, because they were tough, they were crazy. You know, they weren't scared of nobody. So they were the type of Vietnamese that I looked up to. And the thing is, I was born in America, and a lot of them were born in Vietnam. And they just had this confidence that like nobody else had. You know, they weren't scared of nobody. So that was kind of like what I was like attracted to and wanted to be more like. And because I was so Americanized, I wanted to be more Vietnamese. So those were the kind of guys that I was like, you know, gravitated towards and wanted to be like at that time. And like my older cousins that came from Vietnam, they were like that. And my older Vietnamese friends in Chicago, they were like that. So that's my story with that. But then, yeah, it was the way they talk is kind of funny. You know what I mean? But then I wanted to be like them at the same time. Like I adopted their style, everything, you know? Wow. They're the ones that introduced me to like trance, Eurodance, all that shit. You know what I mean?
Nice. Modern talking, I'm sure.
No, not modern talking. That's the uncle's shit.
That's too old. That's too old.
They introduced me to like ATB.
Oh, okay. And
early,
you know, like
Ian Van Dahl, Castles in the Sky.
I don't even, wait, I know that. Is that a song?
Huh? Castles in the Sky?
Oh, okay. See, I mean, like I'm from DC, Maryland, so I'm not really familiar. I feel like it's
you guys have go-go, but it's a different vibe.
And then this happened around 7th grade. That's when I started becoming, I guess, more Vietnamese and being around more Vietnamese people. But before that, I was actually more influenced by my Korean friends growing up.
Oh, and this is Chicago.
Yeah. So it all started in 5th grade. I saw my friend Steve King do a backspin. And then,
he was a B-boy.
Yeah, and then that's what got me into breakdancing when I was in 5th grade. Okay. And then he showed me this Korean TV show called Top 10. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
I do know Top 10.
And then I started, and then next thing you know, I got like super addicted to like listening to Korean hip hop. So I got into like
who's
DJ Doc, Janushan, YG Family, Drunken Tiger,
all those
REF, Hamo Hamo. Wow. What was it, Shekskis, whatever?
Yeah, Shekskis?
Yeah. Is that how you pronounce it? And then, and even like the old school K-pop, like Young Turks Club and all that shit. So I was
deep cuts, bro.
Yeah. Wow. I was super influenced by that. So then I would use my VHS tape and record it on the TV. And then that's how I learned how to breakdance. from watching like
shit.
different groups.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what got me into breakdancing.
And he's like Kinja affiliate or like adjacent
No,
right
this
now.
is Lord Raiden, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
he is above.
He's transcended the Kinjas.
yeah. HOT was my favorite at that time though.
Oh,
that's
that's
tight.
Yeah.
classic.
Wow.
So Chicago, I know. Actually, we were just talking about this. Like most of the Asians I know in Chicago are actually Korean, and then there's
a
some
lot.
Chinese. So you would say your upbringing was pretty Korean.
It didn't happen until we moved to the suburbs because that's where the Koreans were at. We were in the city first, and then when we moved to the suburb right outside of Chicago,
Okay.
that's when I started making Korean friends. And at that time, it's like, ooh, Asians. You know what I mean? I want to be friends with Asians.
true.
Yeah.
And I was the only Vietnamese kid in the school at that time.
Wow.
So I gravitated towards the Koreans, and then I got into hip hop and breakdancing through that. And then I went to CCD. Do you know what that is? It's like a Catholic after-school program thing.
Oh,
and that's when I met Filipinos.
Oh.
And then that's
Next
when I got
level.
into like listening to like regular hip hop, like getting into like underground hip hop.
Oh, okay.
Like just listening to like Gangstar, Immortal Technique,
Yeah,
Binary
yeah.
Star.
Yeah.
You know, all that
Is
like
Rakim out there too?
Huh?
Y'all got into Rakim?
that's more a New York thing. I didn't get into Rakim.
Yeah, okay, so it was very regional. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Very
I know a
cool.
lot of people in New York was really into Rakim.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was into like
Yeah.
Tribe Called Quest,
Uh-huh.
you know, Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
So then the Filipinos got me into that. So then I started breakdancing with them from, you know, already breakdancing with the Koreans.
Yeah.
So it was like a mixture of listening to like Korean hip hop and then real hip hop and then underground hip hop.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. But then 7th grade happened when I started hanging out with my like cousins. I started meeting my cousins from California. They got me into trance. And that opened up this whole,
you.
that opened up this new door.
Yeah.
And then I started hanging out with more Vietnamese people in Chicago. I started wearing like baggy slacks, slick back hair.
Yeah.
What
And
did they
it-
call
That
it
was the
back in
vibe.
the day? Yo, the huge baggy pants. They were called something back.
Slacks or what?
No. There
Well,
was
you're
like a
talking about
name.
the brand. There's Jinko.
No, not
jeans,
Jinko,
right?
but like Palazzo.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Yeah.
Nah, I don't know that brand.
Oh no,
Yeah.
It's a style. It's
of
like
pants
super
that's
wide
now
style.
popular.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of my friends who are OGs, you know, they're like, all these dudes are wearing palazzo pants now.
Is that like the big raver pants?
I think back then, like mostly women wore them. I think
Oh.
because of the shape, but now it's
flares?
it's just super baggy and kind of like balloon, kind of what you call it now, the balloon pants. Palazzo.
We try to be archaeologists out here at this point. This stuff from like 30, 40 years ago might as well be a lifetime ago to most people. But speaking of your unique experience growing up Vietnamese in Chicago with Korean friends and now being Mr. Worldwide Vietnam, do you think it's interesting, like, by the time this episode comes out, hopefully things would have died down. But there's this whole like siblings, like Southeast Asians versus Koreans, like issue. And you just came back from Vietnam, right?
I've been hearing about it on TikTok, but I haven't like seen any of the videos and like read much of the comments. But I've just been hearing about it from other people. But that's about it. I just know that like all the Southeast Asians are like coming together to like argue back with the Koreans.
Yeah,
It's like Voltron.
Pretty funny.
I know, right? Y'all been racist to us all these years.
That's essentially the
Yeah,
TLDR,
I understand.
man.
Yeah. So are you saying if like I notice any tension or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm curious because especially like a big reason why we wanted to have you on is because you really have a front row seat to a Vietnam that a lot of Vietnamese Americans have never seen.
Yeah.
I went to Vietnam for the first time a few months ago, and I was blown away because I thought I would understand and like kind of like slide right in because I grew up in Little Saigon. Vietnam is nothing like Little Saigon, dude.
Oh, way different.
It's way different. And so for you to like do events and have this like worldwide audience and you're doing content in America and content in Asia, I'm curious if you have like special insight into that because you're seeing Koreans in Vietnam and you grew up with Korean Americans here. Like what do you make of all that?
Well, I never noticed any kind of tension. I've heard there's places in Vietnam where you can only be Korean to enter. Like certain coffee shops.
In Vietnam?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, right? But I haven't experienced that yet. And I haven't experienced any racism with Koreans. I've only heard about it. When I go out to the clubs and stuff, there's Koreans there like visiting that are partying there. But then I don't notice any like rudeness. But I hear about it. But I've never experienced it directly. Yeah, but there are a lot of Koreans in Saigon. Like in District 7, that whole area is like basically all Korean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when
Like business?
when you go out, there's just like Korean barbecue, and a bunch of Koreans walking their dogs. Like it's just
So
they're,
random.
they're living out there. Even in Da Nang too. Da Nang, there's a like when you go to the restaurants in Da Nang, everything's either in Korean or Vietnamese. That's it, not even in English.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did notice that because I was eating at this restaurant. Have you been to Donald Trump?
Oh,
it's a rice roll. It's called Donald Trump.
I've walked by it, but I haven't ate inside yet. I made a funny skit, like a little skit, like recording. I was like, "No more Donald Trump."
Exactly. Yeah, man, and like obviously they named it very cheekily for a reason.
Yeah,
but. Besides locals, the only other people there besides me that was visiting, Korean, and I thought that was really interesting. And Da Nang is a resort town, so it kind of you can kind of see how like there's people like finding these nice metropolitan areas to settle in. But I do see a lot of Korean business folks, and just all over Vietnam, and I see more like Chinese or like Chinese Malaysian, Singaporean, more in Saigon, where they're like just literally there for a weekend or for a week. But it feels like Koreans are like living in Vietnam.
Yeah, there's a lot living
really
in Vietnam for
interesting.
sure. Because the apartment that I was renting, the person I was renting from was a Korean guy who owned it.
So wild.
Yeah, so I would send him money on Wise for rent like every month.
Korean landlords in Vietnam. That is like so wild.
It's crazy. And I was just in Da Nang, and I went to this Vietnamese restaurant, and the owner was Korean. And he was like bossing all the Vietnamese like workers around.
Are you speaking Vietnamese?
No, he was speaking Korean to them.
Oh my god!
And bro, everything on the menu was like Vietnamese dishes.
Oh my!
These Koreans are funny, man.
Taking over, man. Fuck.
I can see why there's the siblings heat.
Yeah.
Even that example, but
well, even the siblings, like it was at like a K-pop event or something.
Yeah, I mean, like, long story short, this is probably old news by this episode comes out, but apparently a Korean concert goer brought like a high-speed lens to an event in Malaysia or Indonesia or whatever.
I heard about that.
Pass.
Yeah, and then like they told him like, hey, we don't allow that in this country, which is normal. Like in the States, you can't do that either.
Super normal.
And then this fool like just goes off on the country. So and like he blasted it on like X. So it's like
that's wild, man.
Yeah, it's wild.
I saw on
be a
Reddit,
good guess.
I saw on Reddit like the I think some people were like, man, these are the nerds. They don't represent us.
Yeah,
it was like some like I think they're like it was some like what do you call those
Activists?
No, activist types or oh god, the celibate what's
incel.
Incel, yeah. I don't know if it was a joke or if people were making fun of this person, but there's
a passport bro or something.
I don't know. It's like apparently it was like some sort of character that's like just went unhinged. But anyway, that's besides the point.
So back to happier things, being Vietnamese in Vietnam. What was it like for you when you first went over? And like it sounds like you've really made yourself a second home in Vietnam.
Yeah, I mean, well, the first time I ever went was 2000, and it was completely different.
Whoa,
from what I remember.
yeah.
Yeah, I went with my dad. And then going back as an adult, 2016. And then after that, again, 2021. And then I just been back and forth ever since.
Wow.
Since like 2021, 2022.
You've literally seen the changes.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, because I think the first time I went to China was in like 2004. And China now, any city, even Shanghai and Beijing, looks nothing like China now, where it's like China now like really looks like it's like 3026.
Yeah.
It looks like far advanced. And I got a very similar feel when I was in Vietnam this time, where it's like, whoa, like things are developing so fast.
Super
you
fast.
can tell.
Super fast, man.
Is it exciting to you? Because
it's exciting to me.
You're coming from Chicago too, which is like one of my favorite cities.
Yeah.
And Chicago has the history and like everything that developed over like the last 150 years. But Vietnam is like doing all that stuff like overnight.
Yeah,
right?
that's why it's so nice to see all these skyscrapers going up really quick. You know,
dude.
It's I'm watching the city get built, and it's building really fast. And it's fun. You know, yeah.
Speaking of fun, we saw that you're hosting clubbing events out there, and then like we are one of our past guests, Thuy the Bay. She does an annual tour there, and you guys collaborated. Like, what's the nightlife scene like in Vietnam?
It's fun, man. I don't know. It's the energy of the people there. I think Vietnamese people or something. Like everybody is just like moving, and everybody's in a good mood. It's not like my experience of, let's say, LA, right? It's bottle service, people standing around, some people having fun, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like all the places that I go to in Saigon, everybody's just jumping up and down. Everybody's getting wasted. Everybody's like, it's all positive. No weird like tension and drama and like status or like arrogance. Everybody's just having a good time.
And they're all locals usually. It's not like people traveling.
It's the people that are visiting too, though. So it's the locals. Like, okay, the places I go to, for instance, BAM, it's locals and it's foreigners. And then they'll play like hip hop, but they'll also play even like K-pop too. It's like a mixture of all that, but it's always a good time. I've never experienced a time where I felt like unsafe or like tension. It's always everybody having a good time. Yeah, and I feel like even people like me that's visiting there, I feel like they're trying to get away from America. So when they come over there, they're just trying to let loose, have a good time too. And plus, everything's super cheap.
Yeah, and it seems like there's proper clubs, like even the way it's built. Yeah, all these venues seem like they're like built to be a proper club with a proper dance floor.
Yep. Yeah.
And got a whole like pathway to the dance floor.
Yeah.
Whereas here in LA, it's not really like that.
Yeah, I don't know. OC in LA, my experience, I mean, it's still fun, but it's a lot of, in my experience, in my opinion, it's a lot more showing off.
Yeah. People are trying to stun on each other.
And I don't, that's not fun to me, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if...
Gets old.
Yeah, like when I was in Chicago, when I was going clubbing and doing the nightlife stuff in Chicago, it was way different at that time. You know what I mean? I don't know how it is now, but like mid 2000s, late 2000s, everybody's just having a good time.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, who could pop the most bottles or who, throwing money and shit like that. Or I never seen that money throwing shit until I came to California. And in my head, my first thought was like, this person's not going to get marked and followed home and somebody's going to rob him.
No, facts.
Like, why would you want to show off so much? Like, aren't you scared someone's going to rob you?
Yeah, dude.
But I guess it doesn't really happen like that over here.
Have you been to Atlanta or Miami? Because similar vibe out there, but then...
Houston, they do that too.
The security carry automatic weapons.
Yeah. And I think in Houston, everybody's carrying too.
Yeah. Same way Atlanta.
Yeah, facts. So... for people that want to go party in Vietnam, do you have recommendations? I know you already mentioned BAM. Some people might have seen the gangs. Online.
That's honestly that's
more of a nya place, right?
It's a good pregame and even family place. People bring their kids there and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So describe what the vibe is at the gangs because it's very unique.
So the gangs, it's a dinner spot, right? But it's a drinking dinner spot, and then. Everybody eats first, and I think around like 8 or 8:30 they crank up the music, and then everybody just starts dancing on the tables. Like everybody, or there's like a train going around, and then people bring their kids and everything. So it's cool. It's also kind of family oriented too, but everybody's getting wasted. Yeah. But then there's this like cheers ritual that they do there. It's like mo kai ba yo hai ba yo hai ba ung. So you hear that at like every different table.
I didn't hear that the last part. That's new to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a good vibe. Everybody, it's really hype. So if you ever go to Saigon, I recommend going there. But that's usually the pregame spot before you go to the club.
Gangs is pregame. Okay.
Yeah, so you get lit there, and then you go to the club. You go to BAM or you go to Bodega. Those are the two that I work with. Nice. 2 big clubs just opened up, Cine and A+. Those are 2, like, they're a lot larger. Those are pretty fun, too. And then there's another one that people go to, is Zion, so Rooftop. And then, I forgot what the other one is. But those are like the popular ones over there right now.
Do they have, like, age limits?
Bro, they don't.
That's become a thing now.
They don't check ID. So
just go.
Yeah.
Get lit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Wow.
That's so crazy because like you have places in like specific Korea, I think, where they check your ID to make sure you're not too old. Right?
I heard about that.
Been denied. Yeah. It's happened to me.
If you're like 30 or something, you can't like the Hongdae ones. Those are like the younger people, right?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
If you're 30, you can't get in there.
The only way you get in is if somebody influential gets you in.
Oh wow.
Or someone with like a plug, they know the owner or whatever.
Yeah. But then also you don't want to hang out with a bunch of like little kids either. You know what I'm saying? If it's one of the, you know what I mean? If you're like 35 and it's
don't
like
want to be
20,
skeezy like that.
Yeah.
Let me find out on an island somewhere.
Oh God.
When I go to Seoul, I'm just at Apgujeong, and that's like my
honestly,
age range.
Gangnam, Apgujeong.
Dude, this guy is Mr. Worldwide. Clearly, he knows.
Dude, he goes to Japan. You go to Korea.
I go to Tokyo a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
nice.
Very connected with the Tokyo nightlife stuff there too.
Dope.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you laid it out for us, and like it's so interesting to me because I don't know about Miami. It's been a while since I've been out in Miami. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been out to Atlanta too, and New York, but there ain't no clubs opening up really in LA. Like it's gone back to like almost a lounge type focus. where like they'll have dinner and then they might have live DJ or live music. But for the most part, people are not wilding out like that anymore in LA is what it feels like. So hearing about Vietnam right now, it's like very interesting to hear that energy. And it's like this energy that middle-aged LA doesn't really have anymore.
Yeah, it's fun over there, man. I don't know. It's just the vibe in Saigon. Like as soon as you get there, everybody's sitting outside drinking coffee, drinking smoothies. Everybody's just outside in those little chairs.
Well, it's hot as fuck.
So it's very social. It's just, and if you're not going to the club or you're not going out, you're just drinking smoothies or drinking coffee at like a 24-hour coffee spot and just hanging out with your friends. So
24-hour is nice.
Yeah.
Well, the air conditioning, that's why I realized that is so key. So you'll see students studying like into the late hours of the night, right? Just on their laptops. Do you have a favorite? Because I definitely appreciate Highlands coffee. I know that might seem really
strong.
basic. Yeah, but I really like Highlands coffee.
Yeah. Highlands is good.
Yeah.
Highlands is pretty strong.
You gotta pick yourself?
I don't have a favorite coffee spot. Wait, actually I do. For coconut, it's a coconut smoothie coffee. It's at a Gong Cafe.
Oh yeah,
CONG.
Yeah.
That place is my favorite for the coconut coffee.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but there's so many coffee shops that's like everything's good.
They started opening up locations outside of Vietnam too, because I saw one in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Recently, so
no way.
Yeah, there's one in Taipei. And I was like, oh shit, cold coffee, like shit.
Yeah, I don't know if that will work in the U.S. though, but
we'll see.
Well, because
you never
the theme,
why?
Yeah,
because it's literally communist coffee.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean,
that's always an interesting question because, like, coming from a Vietnamese American experience, I'm guessing your parents came after the war.
Yeah.
So is it complicated for you when you're in Vietnam, or you just like
because
moved on?
I'm not like anti anything, you know. I'm not political. I'm not into politics like that, you know. Like I love my Vietnamese people in Vietnam, and I love my Vietnamese people over here. You know, I don't take sides or like, you know, I don't say like, oh, I'm this flag or this flag. You know what I mean? Like my whole thing is I just want everybody to get along and come together. We're all Vietnamese at the end of the day, you know. Yeah, but my parents were refugees and they're part of the South. You know what I mean? So they had like some direct trauma, you know, with whatever happened, you know.
Sure.
But my dad, towards the end of his life, he died recently.
I'm sorry.
He kind of let go a lot of that because I talked to him about it, and he's like, you know what, they're doing well now, you know, and you know, you gotta give it to them for that.
He was like happy for.
I don't know if he's happy for it, but he just like it seemed like he had some kind of respect for it, you know.
Yeah.
But I think like when I was growing up, he seemed very anti when I was growing up.
For sure.
But I think it's because just like direct trauma from whatever directly happened to him and his family.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And it's cool to see Vietnamese Americans, whether they're second generation or even third generation now, where they're going back and they're forging their own way and they're creating their own memories and stuff like that. Because like so much of our experiences are tied to our parents. So
Yeah. True.
It's cool to hear like you doing things out there, and then it feels like you're running at the same speed of the young people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can drink with the mask on. Maybe you can slip it off, or drink it under. But cheers to that,
cheers
man.
to that, bro. We got.
So we got our sponsor is Chi Force.
Oh, I had this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just bomb, bro.
Yeah.
It's a sparkling beverage, dude.
I think we're all drinking pomelo, which is appropriate because you have pomelo in Vietnam. Yeah.
Mellow.
Damn, this is good.
Woo. Zero
like it.
calorie too.
Oh wait, this might be my favorite one.
Dude, that's
yeah.
This one's good. I haven't had this flavor yet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that one's good.
Wait, this
please
is
take some.
really
Yeah,
good.
no. Yeah,
man.
let me take two.
I mean, the peach one is good. I've had the lychee, but yo, this pomelo is actually pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Which is good.
But going back to your persona, SUPDAWK, so you're having these interesting experiences growing up, Vietnamese in Chicago, having Korean friends, and then later on in life going to Vietnam, doing your thing there. Where in the midst of all this did SUPDAWK really arise? And like I have a very specific memory when I first saw your content. Okay. I'll share that. But like please introduce how SUPDAWK came to be.
Anybody who's known me since I was little, I just been this way my whole life. Like I've been making fun of that accent or pretending to be a Viet Phab gangster like my whole life. It just was the only thing that made me laugh. You know what I mean?
It's funny.
And SUPDAWK actually comes from all my older Vietnamese homies saying, "What's up, doc?" That's where it comes from. And then I remember one time my homie Dewey, I don't know if he ever watches this, I would be like, hey, Doc, whenever I was drunk. Hey, Doc, I was just like kind of mimic.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, stop saying Doc, man. That shit annoying, dog. Man, stop saying Doc, man. That shit annoying, man.
Too.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, I mean, it's just from being around them. It was like cool. I liked like hanging out with them, and I like looked up to them. Well, it was always funny how they talk. Yeah.
Yeah. But I love how it's like Zui in like Vietnamese, right? So like it's like D with like a little line through it. So like the fact that your cousin was also so self-aware enough to know like, hey, he's making fun of me. But also kind of probably like seeing the humor in it. Like that's something I've always thought was like really amusing about the Viet community as a whole.
Like very unserious in a
very
way.
light. Just like realizing like, hey, it is what it is. This is like it's just funny.
I respect that.
Yeah. So I feel like nobody really hates on it because whenever I do the SUPDAWK skits, it's too accurate. It's like because then they know I've been there. They're like, oh, this guy went to the pool halls. This guy listened to freestyle. This guy, because I was all in that whole culture.
Yeah.
I was just the most Americanized one. So it's like you can't be mad at it because it's like that's how it really was. And then even when I do the accents, it sounds too accurate too.
Man, so my first memory of you is like I remember seeing the content where you were like dubbing like Simpsons clips and stuff like that.
Oh, still be doing that.
And you still do, and like you have a team, right? Like,
no, I'm doing this all by myself.
Ooh,
on like CapCut.
Bro, I'm doing this all by myself on Instagram edits right now, and before I was doing it all on iMovie.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
I do the girl voices, everything, bro.
Shit,
that's you.
Yeah, Filipino accent too. I do everything.
Oh, and the editing too.
Yeah, I edit it too.
I always say this, like from a film perspective, like editing with iMovie is like trying to do like open heart surgery with a butcher knife. You're like, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough. But I remember when that stuff started going viral. There was a period where you were essentially doing an early version of Cameo, where you could people could like sign up to have you do birthday greetings and things like that.
Oh yeah, no, they would DM me and ask to do a birthday shout out, and then so they're like, "Hey, do you do birthday shouts?" I'm like, "No, but I'll try." So I was like, "Send me some photos of your friend, and then I'll put something together. Give me his favorite song." And then I did it all in iMovie.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I would just literally just be like, no man, happy birthday, Steven. And hope you have a lot of sex, man. Or some shit like that.
Hey man, I am a paying client because I was one of those people.
Oh, you did?
No way. Man. Because I thought it was like you were the only one doing it. Like to your credit, you were the only one doing it like to that level of specificity.
Yeah.
And doing it well, and it was funny, and like so, and you would post some of them up so people could see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And like everything this man is saying is true. He would just riff off of what I give him.
Yeah.
And
so like if you gave him like a funny picture, like you would make fun of it.
Yeah. I would roast it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to my friend Viet. You know Viet.
Oh yeah,
Viet is into biking.
Yeah.
So I think I sent over a few photos of him in his
for real?
biking kit, and like the way you riffed off of it, like that definitely put a smile on his face, and like it's just great stuff. Yeah. Community service.
Community service.
Yeah.
And I wasn't charging in the beginning. I was just doing it for fun because it was just COVID. It was COVID, and I was on lockdown.
Yeah.
And then I remember getting like 10 requests like in a day, and then I was like, can you guys at least tip me because this is taking a lot of my time.
Yeah.
And then that's when I was like, oh shit, maybe I should start charging $20. And then next thing you know, I started charging $20, and I was doing like 10 of them a day. And after I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start charging $25.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it went all the way up to like, all right, $50 for a birthday shout out, and then $100.
Wow.
Nice.
And then businesses start hitting me up and they're like, hey, can you do a business ad for us?
Yeah.
And that's how it all started with how I started making money from Instagram from that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Wow. So, is Instagram your main platform? Or are you like diversifying in different areas?
Yeah. I mean, this is more of like a hobby for me. Doing the ads on SUPDAWK. This is not the only thing that I do. Actually, this is not too personal, but I made like 60 grand from birthday shout-outs that year.
You're shitting me.
Well, that plus the business ads. So you know what I did?
Man.
I saved up all that money.
Yeah.
And then I invested in real estate. And then I bought a house at an auction, tax sale, fixed it up, and then I continued, and then so I invest in real estate too.
Entrepreneurial, dude.
So that's how it all
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's tight.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I feel like if you were part of like an organization, if you're part of a club, that's a club I need to join. Like you know about clubs like that?
You know, I think there's a club that I have in mind.
You know, I think you're even part of this club, right? Have you heard of Hidden Hills Club?
Huh? Yeah.
So Hidden Hills, they're an exclusive club that offer things that only they can offer. So if you're interested, go to hiddenhills.club and join the club. Find out what they're about, and then SUPDAWK. I think you have a code on there too.
Yeah,
right?
you can use SUPDAWK if you want. Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah, man. Those Hidden Hills guys, those are my docs, man.
Yeah, they're docs. Yeah.
Those are
Dude,
my docs, man.
Hilarious, man. So, what can we look forward to in your content? Because I think we're in such an interesting time right now where people don't even use the term influencer that much anymore. It's truly like content creator, and people are like really like branching off. Essentially, you're an early adopter because you figured out how to leverage all these different things into even real estate. So what else can we expect from the mind of SUPDAWK?
And bring the mic closer to you.
Oh, what's next? Well, I noticed that a lot of people from the States are traveling to Vietnam to party now. So now I'm trying to just, help everybody, what do you call it? Book any reservations for anybody that's partying in Vietnam now. And because I spend so much time there, and then just do more like party content like from over there. But as far as like, I don't know, comedy stuff, it's still fun for me, but I kind of want to dig deeper. So I don't know if you noticed some of my recent content, I was interviewing people.
Yeah.
I was interviewing like real docs. Like older Vietnamese, like ex-gangster, whatever, stuff like that, to dig into like what it was like for them growing up in America when after they came over here from Vietnam.
Wow.
And I actually interviewed one of the first girl gang, OC Vietnamese girl gang.
Queen Z, right?
And I interviewed her to dig deep into like how she felt and what got her into that situation, and stuff like that, so that the audience can see like what everybody's struggling on the inside, and instead of all the surface level stuff. Yeah,
I like that. You're covering the stuff that's like amusing and humorous, but then you're also covering like, these are real stories.
Yeah, I think
this is what built the community, right?
Yeah, I think it's important for the young gen to know these stories too.
Sure.
The whole Vietnamese American experience, like first gen.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, because as we can clearly see, you're very careful about your persona. You try to make sure the ops are not after you, all that. Like, but all jokes aside, like, are there things that annoy you when people approach you, if they somehow do recognize you or figure it out? Like, what's a PSA that you would want people to know? Like, hey, chill.
Hey, do the voice.
Oh.
Hey, do the voice.
You just get it all the time. Yeah.
Like, damn, monkey dance, monkey sing. Like what if I'm in like a bad mood, or like what if I'm just not in a funny mood? And then I can't force myself to do the voice.
Yeah.
I got to be in the mood. When I do my content, I'm in a silly mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not in a silly mood 24/7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
I remember I went to a party.
Yeah.
And I was in like a serious mood that day. And I was just really tired. And then somebody like, whatever wants to meet you. I was like, okay. And I met this girl, and then she's like, oh, you're not that funny.
What kind of rude ass?
And I was like, I didn't even want to like respond. I was like, okay. I was like, I'm just not in the mood to be funny right now. What the fuck? Am I supposed to be like, oh man, what the fuck? Oh fuck. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Yeah.
You want me to be like that 24/7? Like,
oh my God, that would just like hurt just to talk like that all the time.
It kind of reminds me of, during Halloween, I dressed up as the Kool-Aid Man when I was in Vegas.
Oh, nice.
Like the first 2 hours, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But then after like 3 a.m, people kept coming up to me, hey, Kool-Aid guy, oh yeah. And I'm like, no more, dude. No. Yeah.
After the third hour, it's like,
okay.
Like, I'm fucking taking this shit off.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh God.
I mean, I think those experiences, a lot of performers, like, they can relate to that.
Yeah, I bet.
If you're a rapper, if you're a singer, if you're a comedian, it's like, no, like,
tell us a joke.
Yeah, man.
I know. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it I don't know if I saw it on your Instagram, but I think I saw Just Kidding News. They were talking about like Navy SEALs. Was that yours or was that just something that popped up?
No, I accepted the collab when Bart sent it over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought that was crazy. Have you seen that clip?
Yeah, and speaking of which, like one thing that we have to thank you for is that there are times where we'll post up stuff that we think is relevant that might have like crossover potential to not just like Koreans or Chinese people, but just Vietnamese people and all Asians.
Yeah.
And you were generous and kind enough to share your platform, like where you'll accept a collaboration. And I think that's the reason why, like that's one of the big reasons why we want to have you on, because you're not just trying to make a buck off of people. Like we could tell, like you care about the community.
Yeah, bro.
You care about telling stories. And I think that's important.
Yeah. If I genuinely like what I'm watching and I feel like it works well on my page or my audience would like it, I'm going to accept the collab.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to be like, hey, bro, give me $100, you know? Because if it's on my hard feed, it's very personal to me. You know, I want it to be my brand, on brand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So a lot of the stuff that you guys sent over to me, it's like it's on brand.
Yeah,
you know, and I fuck with it. You know, so
thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
It is funny though because I think we caught a few strays on the. So we put up a clip talking about whether or not there is like street life in Southern California anymore. People are like, y'all don't know, and I'm like, we're trying not to talk about it. There's a reason why we're talking around it. We're not like, we know it exists. We're not gonna acknowledge shit that is actually happening, bro.
Yeah.
Like, why incriminate yourself?
Yeah, it's like you want us to point out which cliques are still operating.
Yeah,
fuck out of here.
Yeah,
but man, like, last question, at least on my side, Chicago or OC, man? Like, where you grew up or where Little Saigon, the largest concentration of Vietnamese outside of Vietnam, are at? Like, which part do you prefer?
Man, I love both, but I wouldn't move back to Chicago. But
why?
because honestly, the first thing that comes to my head is the extreme weather.
Yeah,
you know, it gets super cold and it gets super hot, and then and it is not as safe as Southern California. You know what I mean? Like my mom had a jewelry store and then they still sell crack on that corner, and then my mom almost got shot. Like 6 bullet holes went through the shop, and then she ended up retiring after that. But like there's always it's not, and I don't even think that neighborhood is like super dangerous either. I think it's like normal because there's actually worse areas in Chicago, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love OC because of, dude, I'm Vietnamese. So Little Saigon has so much Vietnamese food. I love palm trees. I love the beach. I love hiking in the mountains and shit, you know, in the hills, whatever.
Nice.
So these are things that that I enjoy, you know. But as far as my experience with people overall in OC and LA, I feel like it's a lot different from Chicago. Yeah, I feel like my experience is people in the Midwest are a little more down to earth and more real. I feel like people in OC and LA, not everybody, obviously, but I noticed there's a pattern of people caring a lot about their image. And status, and then showing off. And I never experienced that. I never saw too much of that when I was in Chicago. I felt like people who did that, like, oh, you're asking to get robbed. You know what I mean? So it was like a little bit of a culture shock to experience that coming here. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just different from where I'm from, you know? So, yeah, that's... Yeah, but if you could put Chicago people in California, that'd be like, okay, that's perfect.
That'd be,
you know?
Match made in heaven.
Yeah, most people say that about California.
Yeah.
We've just gotten used to all of the charades and all of the showing off.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, so it's like if you... Maybe in a different universe, if you were born and raised in LA or OC, you wouldn't even agree to be on the show. So we appreciate your Chicago energy, man.
Bro.
It's a real honor for us to have you on. And we'd love to give you a gift as part of our show.
A small gift. Here you go. Shoes.
Oh, fuck yeah. So these are from 1587 Sneakers. They are Asian American owned.
Yeah.
But it's all Italian leather shoes.
Ooh, these are clean, bro.
They're not FOC ones.
I know, that's what I was going to
say. There's something you can wear around, man.
No, these are dope.
Awesome,
Fuck
man.
with it.
Yeah.
Yellow for Vietnamese, dog.
For sure. Yellow for Viet.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. If you like what you see, you can go to 1587sneakers.com to get your own pair and use our code GODZ20 for 20% off.
Yeah, these are clean, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. And then we always like to end our show with 3 questions.
Yeah. First question is, who is your local god? Who's someone that you think is underrated?
Underrated? A local person?
It could be someone local to Southern California or Chicago, like someone you respect where they're doing big things, but they're not getting the shine that you feel like they should be getting.
I'm trying to think. Damn, I can't think of anybody right now. I'm pretty sure I have somebody in mind.
What about someone in Vietnam, even?
Somebody in Vietnam?
Who do we hit up if we're trying to have a good time in Vietnam besides you?
A lot of people, man. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard for me to answer that question.
We can come back to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Second one is what's your favorite restaurant in the whole world?
In the whole world, but I love food, so it's so hard to.
What's one that you keep on going back to, and what do you get there?
Fuck. Cause I'm a fucking fat ass. I like everything.
Big facts.
Man.
How about one in OC?
Yeah.
How about let's just go with what I really want, what I'm in the mood for right now.
Okay. What do you want?
Jollibee fried chicken with gravy.
Hey, let's go.
That's a solid choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always a good choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't eat it
regular.
Yeah, spicy and dip it in the gravy.
Yeah.
You
know.
Yep.
Very good stuff. Love it.
You got to try McDonald's fried chicken in Vietnam though.
Oh, it's delicious. Yeah, I've had it.
So good.
Yeah.
I tell everybody who visits Saigon they need to try that.
Yeah.
Okay. Duly noted. And third question is, what's your favorite album of all time?
Damn, because I'm into so much different type of music.
You can tell. Shit.
Let's say as far as hip hop, the Nas Illmatic album.
Oh, all-time classic.
You know? So
Great album.
Yeah, but then I'm also into like trance. I'm into like house. I'm into like all this other stuff too, you know? So it's hard to say which one's my favorite album because I'm into so much different type of music. Yeah, but this morning I was listening to like old school hip hop, so Nas Illmatic. Yeah.
Very nice.
Circling back to the first question, or if there's any specific person you want to shout out, give some respect to.
Oh, my friend TK in Vietnam. Actually, he's the one to go to.
Oh, okay.
He's all good vibes, good morals, good energy. He knows everybody.
Okay.
He knows where to point anybody, whatever, in the right direction as far as like everything, you know?
Okay.
I think he does stuff with like GAM sports. I mean, for esports. In
okay.
Vietnam.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So shout out to, he's the reason why I met everybody in Vietnam. Like he was my first friend out
okay.
there that like introduced me to everybody.
Okay.
And I always hear his name like before I even met him. People are like, "Oh, you gonna meet up with TK out there?" I'm like, well, "Who's TK?" Like when I did a podcast with Ben Baller, he's like, "Oh, you gonna meet up with TK out there?" I'm like, "The fuck?"
Okay.
I guess he used to work for Hennessy and he did Hennessy events in LA.
Got it.
Yeah. But now he owns a rooftop nightclub in Nha Trang, Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Skylight.
Skylight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool.
So you heard it here first. If you're in Nha Trang, go to Skylight rooftop bar, and then ask for TK.
Yeah.
Tell him SUPDAWK sent you.
Yeah.
For people that somehow don't already know who you are, where can people find your content online and just follow you and what you're doing?
Just on Instagram, SUPDAWK, or Facebook, because everything auto posts from Instagram to Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
How do you spell it for people listening?
SUPDAWK. SUPDAWK.
Love it. Love it.
Can't do any better than that, man.
SUPDAWK.
SUPDAWK. It's a pleasure.
You got Richie laughing, dude.
Our producer is from Boston, so I don't know how much he hears this accent, but it is something special. And it was a special experience for us to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
We appreciate you. And if you like what we're doing here on Local GODZ, please like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TikTok. 5-star reviews, please, so we can get on SUPDAWK's level, get into some real estate. But until next time, peace.
See ya.